Hey there! Have you heard of Atomic Heart? I'm sure you have. Apparently, it's a new game that has just come out that's been making waves in the gaming community. I was completely clueless about it until I saw like all the buzz that it's been generating. So I did some digging and I found out that this game is basically receiving okay ratings, I guess mid on Metacritic. Xbox Series X version basically has like a score of 73. PS5 has a score of 72. PC has a 77. So not too bad. You would think people mostly these days get outraged because a game is bad and full of glitches like Cyberpunk. But with the situation of Hogwarts Legacy, which came out recently, that game was getting backlash because of controversy surrounding J.K. Rowling's comments about transgendered individuals. So now when a game comes out and it's generating buzz, you got to think, okay, what is going on with this? What is pissing people off the most about this? You know, Atomic Heart. Surely it doesn't have anything to do with transgender, narratives and agendas or anything like that. So what could people possibly be mad about when it comes to Atomic Heart? Well, there's more than meets the eye. Apparently, the studio behind this is Russian, and the game is set in a futuristic Soviet Union in 1955. And it kind of has like a Bioshock type of vibe with Fallout 4, things like that. You play as Agent Major P3. Your mission's to uncover some kind of like hidden truth about what's going on in this futuristic utopia. It's a first-person shooter. It's free on Game Pass, right? So just to give you guys a little bit of a backstory. But the major thing is that people feel it is because it's pro-Russian and, sensitive topics these days, like the Ukraine stuff. All these people that have their Twitter accounts with the Ukraine flag on it, they're the ones that are pitchforking against this game because, there's never been games about Russia in the past, guys. Never. No Wolfenstein, no nothing, right? Russia bad. Nothing. We can't have a science fiction story that's not hurting anybody without it being labeled as propaganda. That's what it comes down to, honestly. And now that Hogwarts Legacy's gone and launched, the cancel culture crowd has to find something brand new to bitch about. Lucky for us, there's nothing being accused of transphobic in this. So that's why we're not hearing as much of a buzz as we did for Hogwarts Legacy, because these people that are trans activists don't really care about anything else but them. They don't care about war. They don't care about world hunger. They don't care about any of that. They have this selfish agenda where they just want their people to be represented. So that's why we're not hearing any bitching from them about Atomic Heart. They don't give a fuck. They're not pushing this narrative of it being pro-Russian propaganda or anything like that. Let's just be honest with that. So, continuing on with this, again, this is on Game Pass. Game Pass, I personally believe, especially if you have PC and Xbox, it's a heck of a deal. You can play all these games, blah, 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 blah. This came out for Game Pass on launch, but let's get back to Atomic Heart, right? So there's people boycotting this game. This is the new boycott because it's made by a Russian studio. Honestly, who cares where the game comes from? People have to make jobs. Game companies are in countries all over the world. Okay? I think people need to realize when it comes to entertainment mediums like games, movies, TVs, just worry about if it's good or not. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's going to be stuff that's made that's full of hatred, controversies, violence, things like that. But in all reality, if this game was as hateful or Russian propaganda as people are trying to make it seem with the boycott, do you really think Microsoft or Sony would have signed off on having this on their consoles? I know there's going to be some smart asses. Yeah, they don't care. They just want the money. But anyways, it's kind of weird that now that Hogwarts Legacy is done, all that uproar, it's dying out. Now Atomic Heart is this focus. And, Hogwarts Legacy was expected to be one of the best sellers of 2023. But what's funny about this is now that Hogwarts Legacy is already come and gone, guess which game has topped Hogwarts Legacy as the Steam top seller? Yep, Atomic Heart is now the Steam top seller. So isn't it kind of funny that anytime a game is deemed controversial or being boycotted against, it suddenly becomes the top seller? And there was people telling me that the boycott was fake. The boycott wasn't real with Hogwarts Legacy because the game was going to sell real no matter what, and that it was just fake, fear mongering. Oh, guys, cancel culture's coming for us. There's a guy in my comment section. I can't think of his name. It's like Wolf something, and he's just such a little whiny like jerk in the comments. Oh, Eric, this proves, the success proves that the boycott was never real. No, the boycott was real. It was being pushed. There's websites made. There's games made. There was streamers attacking other streamers. Now, you can't even say the same argument for this because Atomic Heart is nowhere near the same popularity as a franchise as Harry Potter. This is a brand new IP. This is the first game made by this developer, and it's getting boycotted to where it has become the Steam top seller, dethroning Hogwarts Legacy. So that argument that Harry Potter was going to sell good no matter what and that a boycott wasn't part of the problem and that a boycott didn't help it and all that crap is null and void. This right here proves that when people try to tell you you're not allowed to play this game and cancel this and cancel that, it doesn't work. It backfires every single fucking time. Hands down. I don't care what you got to say on that. So, yeah. Now, here's the funny thing. Websites are already getting backlashed. There's a website called The Gamer, and honestly, they kind of placate to the woke and cancel culture side all the goddamn time. In fact, they boycotted reviewing Hogwarts Legacy. They're getting backlash over covering Atomic Heart because they reviewed Atomic Heart and they've been covering it. So they got enough backlash to where they made this article. Why are you covering Atomic Heart when you boycotted Hogwarts Legacy? So this is what happens, guys. You boycott one game, you boycott watching something, you take a stand. The woke crowd, the cancel culture crowd, the mob, whatever the fuck you want to call them, they're going to come at you. The next time you decide to cover something that they don't like, they're going to compare it to, hey, you boycotted Hogwarts, so why don't you do this one too? And they're going to force it and force their fucking beliefs and force their bullshit and make you censor yourself. And that's the fucking problem. So yeah, they got dragged into this controversy because they refused to cover Hogwarts Legacy. And technically they did cover it because they pushed a whole bunch of articles out explaining why the game was bad. They inadvertently advertised by promoting the boycotting and all that. Honestly, the boycott was for Hogwarts Legacy was the best advertising piece for it. And evidently with Atomic Heart, the boycott or the cancellation of it is again the best advertising piece for this video game. If you don't like something, if you truly want to stand against it, don't say anything about it. Ignore it, right? I'm not telling you, oh, you shouldn't boycott and you shouldn't speak your mind and stuff. No, by all means. But, when you're bitching and complaining and whining as bad as this, sorry, your boycott's going to fucking fail. So at the end, what you choose to cover, support, spend your money on, ultimately comes down to your personal preference. People will boycott games based on who made them. It's okay for people to be like, hey, I'm not supporting Russia at all, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then some people over here are going to be like, hey, I'm going to check this game out. I checked the game out. I streamed it last night. I fucking love it. I checked it out. It was free on Game Pass. And, I guess The Gamer, that website, they just got caught up in community drama by placating the people. At the end of the day, let's just play games and have fun and quit trying to cancel bullshit. Like every single game that comes out, quit trying to cancel it.